Now, what do you do if you have those issues of burnout and perfectionism and maybe even high anxiety that you need to work on, let go of, release some? Well, one thing you can do is, of course, as Dr. Susan Landers talked about in the podcast, Persistence You with Lizbeth, what you can do is certainly find a therapist or a mental health professional. Talk to a close friend about what's happening with you. Maybe keep a journal and really start writing down your thoughts. And where does the anxiety center around? There's nothing like perfectionism really to steal the joy out of all of life. And to have high standards for ourselves can be a good thing, and then it sometimes gets out of control. So what Dr. Susan Landers did was anything that could help. She literally talked to parenting experts when there were parenting stresses. She saw a therapist, even when medical doctors were often maybe a little more bashful about getting help. Because what would that look like? And what would that do to their reputation? If there was a medication prescribed and the benefit outweighed the negatives, she was willing to try that too. But getting out of that mind space that we can do everything successfully is so important. And I know I had a number of friends reach out to me when my book became a movie, and actually a lot of strangers reached out and like, you must be so proud, and wow, you've accomplished so much. And it was a sweet thing to say, but for somebody who allows themselves to get caught up in issues of perfectionism and working around the clock to serve other people to the point of burnout, all I could think was I should have 3 other books out by now. That's kind of where my mind went. And I really had to be cognizant of those mental responses I had. I thankfully didn't say it out loud, but I wanted to be cognizant of that because those were things that needed to be addressed. That we cannot do everything all the time. So Dr. Landers termed what she calls being a good enough mom. And that was important. She wouldn't be a perfect mom, but she would certainly be there for the most salient details in her kids' lives. It wouldn't go seamlessly, but it would go, and they would not be neglected, but neither would she. Neither would she. She wouldn't always fall to the bottom of her self-care list.